Hello everyone, my name is Caltress and this is my top 10 League of Legends nostalgia. In this video I will be going through the 10 most nostalgic things when looking back at League of Legends throughout its 7-year life cycle. I have been playing League ever since beta and get a lot of nostalgic feelings when looking back on what has led to the game we all play today. Number 10. Old Masteries. Looking back at mastery trees from previous seasons really reminds me of how the way we play and how strategies and builds have changed throughout the lifespan of the game. Remember when offensive mastery tree buffed your Ignite, Exhaust and Smite? Number 9. Old interfaces. This is how the game used to look back in beta. And yes, this is a Corki doing jungle, and yes, somebody just gave away first blood the first minutes. We'll get to that later. Number 8. The old shopkeeper. You may have done business with this guy, this girl, but what about this guy? This pink, long-nosed, key-collecting goblin used to run the shop back in the day and was the first shopkeeper I remember. I was looking for his name on the internet, and according to League of Legends Wikia, his name is Man-Bacon. Man-Bacon? How dare you! This man used to hook me up with health pots for 30 gold back in the day. This imposter wants 50 gold for a freaking health potion. He is scamming us all! Number 7. The Winter and Harrowing maps. Back in 2009, Riot hosted its first Snowdown Showdown, which is still a recurring event in League of Legends. During the first event, Summoner's Rift was remade to look more snowy and winter themed. This map was way brighter than the normal Summoner's Rift and featured a mostly white background because of the snow. You could see snow falling and covering the terrain, and the entire river was frozen. On Halloween the following year, Riot released the Harrowing map, which was another remake of Summoner's Rift. This map featured a darker theme, more lights and smoke appearing on the map, and you can even find a ghost of a dead champion named Earth on the top side. Number 6. Early game brush fight for first blood. Do you remember a time when nobody used to help the jungler get the first monster kill? That was the time when everybody used to rush brush for early game first blood. It was a tactic used pretty much in all games in the bot lane and top lane. Number 5. Non-meta alt builds that are no longer usable. We can all agree that changes, optimizations and reworks are good things to keep the game fresh and interesting for everyone. But the counterpart is that these changes have brought so that many alt builds and so-called troll builds are no longer playable in custom games. Some of these include AP Master Yi, AP Sion, AD Teemo and many more. I had a lot of fun playing these alt builds to mix it up back in the day, but sadly they are no longer available. So it will always bring nostalgic memories looking back. Number 4. Bugs, glitches and old exploits.
This is Sparta!
Number 3. Old champion and minion design. There's been a lot of graphical and gameplay reworks throughout the years. This makes it very nostalgic to look back at how crappy some of these old models used to look. Just look at how Mundo used to look in alpha and closed beta. Number 2. When there was no meta. This was a time when nobody knew what was good in the game and what worked with what. A time when Annie wasn't cute and looked like a demonic murder child that tortured cats in the alley of a suburb. A time of a brave new world. The game was not close to a mainstream thing, and the knowledge and meta we see today was not there at all. A team comp could consist of Annie, Heimerdinger bot lane, Ashe in mid lane, and Nunu in top lane. Jungling was not as structured as it is today, and nobody knew what the good junglers were, so insta-locking something like Corki jungle wasn't frowned upon, for an example. Ladies and gentlemen, at the number 1 spot, the old client and patcher. Let me bring you way back to where it all started, 2009. I bet you those who remember this haven't seen it in a long while. There was a separate patcher for updating the game, and I remember getting download speeds that were ridiculously low at times, but this was a simpler time. Do you agree with the list? Tell me in the comments what you are most nostalgic about when it comes to League of Legends. I want to thank you for coming with me on this nostalgic trip today. Please like the video, it would mean a lot to me.